51. The author's use of sequence in paragraphs 1 and 2 contributes to the development of the ideas in the excerpt by. Okay, so here again is a sequencing, a little different than our chronological question because it's not clear sequencing is over time. In fact, it probably isn't. So I just want to quick check what the sequencing is here. Soon after breakfast, Mother sometimes began her beadwork. She pulls out the wooden pegs that pin the skirt to her wigwam. Then the cool morning breezes, untying the long tasseled strings. On a lapboard, she smoothed out a double sheet of soft white buckskin, drawing from the beaded case. Often she worked upon small moccasins. Then I became intensely interested. Okay, this is an order of her work flow. Okay, this is not an order over time. So I would still expect to see some progression, some change as the right answer, but it's not over time. It's the order of her workflow, basically. Let's see what the right answer could be. A, listing the many steps that are involved in the process of beading. That's definitely true. That's what it's doing. In order to explain the difficulty and complexity. Is it explaining the difficulty and complexity? There seems to be a lot of steps, so arguably it could be complex, but is it explaining that it's complex through the ordering? I don't know. That's a real possibility. Let's keep going. Conveying the importance of following the steps of the beading process in a precise order to work most efficiently. Okay, that's extreme. Most efficiently? I have no idea if she's working most efficiently. And it doesn't say whether that's the precise order it always has to be. It's just the daughter observing the order. And this is the importance of following exactly those steps. We don't know if she has to follow exactly those steps. So B is definitely wrong. This is not the right answer. C, emphasizing the time required to fully repair. Well, we don't know anything about the time required from that part of the passage, right? It could be 10 minutes, could be an hour. We just don't know. So C is not the right answer. D, detailing each step in preparation for beading. Well, that's kind of like A, and that's correct, right? That's exactly what it's doing. In order to highlight the author's enthusiasm for the work. So the purpose or reason for detailing is different than A. It's to highlight the author's enthusiasm as opposed to explain the difficulty and complexity of the task. So, which of those would be correct? They both kind of have the same general idea. They're both sequential. Whenever I run into this, two different choices that could be a fit, I test the details. I'm going to test the reason. Is the reason to explain the difficulty and complexity in A, or is the reason to highlight the author's enthusiasm in D? Let's go back to the text and figure it out. So at this point, we're going through the ordering and the listing. Is it saying anything's particularly complex or difficult here? No, I don't see any words that say it's difficult or complex. But I do see, after this full listing of the chronology, then, which is also, sequential, not a chronology, but it's sequential, then I became interested in her designing. The daughter is proud with a beaming face as she watches her work. So the end result of all this sequential information is the daughter's proud to watch her work. I think that indicates the answer must be D, to highlight the author's enthusiasm for the work. That's the result of the sequencing. It is not A, explaining the difficulty, and there are no words in the text that really indicate that. So D is the correct answer for 51.